Valorant takes more skill than CS.
What is skill? It depends what you consider skill.
I think it's different because I think CS is a harder game, but it doesn't change that much. So I think in Valorant you've obviously got to have a different skill set because the game is kind of changing every single week.
VALORANT changes meta basically every 2 months or like something around that, and in CS you get only maps changed, and it's not like you get maps changed every 2 or 3 months, it's like every 2 or 3 years you get an update. But mechanically wise, I would say CS is 10 times harder than Valorant. To get the perfection out of the mechanical skill in CS, it's so much harder than in Valorant.
Obviously, like mechanically wise, CS is so much like harder to do, which I agree with. You have to adjust so much in Valorant all the time. You need to feel comfortable with, I don't know, even playing versus our comp on Lotus, like Heretics wasn't, for example. Like you need to be comfortable with these adjustments all the time, maybe even 5 minutes before the game. And I feel like this skill set, when there is a lot of pressure, it's actually very high as well. And I feel like this is not happening in CS. I think it's a different skill set.
Coach is the most impactful role in a team.
I'm sorry guys, I don't want to be cocky.
I think you can do as much work as possible, but sometimes because it's out of your hands, then I think that you eventually like have no power. Like if everything crumbles, you're not on the server the one making the difference. So you can do only so much, and then it's out of your hands.
Being a coach, there comes a certain limitations that you cannot go past through. Obviously, you need players that will listen to the coaches as well. They will do things that they are being told to in a way that will win the games, right? Players are still more important than coaches, but obviously coaches have still a lot of impact.
I think only coach can make 5 bad individuals champions, and only coach can make 5 talented players losers.
Wise words.
Wise words.
From my captain.
If a coach can make a team a family outside and inside of the server, it's gonna make a big difference.
Valorant pros are overpaid.
I don't have opinion today or what, or what's going on.
Come on, over this side.
It depends on the region, but it depends also on a player and on the name that they bring in, because some players might have bigger salary because they want something. I mean, it really depends on the player and the org and the region.
I think that's fair. Some of the numbers I've had from America is like crazy, but some of the numbers I think people are getting underpaid for how much work they put in.
But you are fully disagree. You know everyone's salary, right?
No.
If you see a G2 paycheck, you'll change your mind, I'm telling you.
Probably. I mean, I'll talk at this for EMEA. I think the players should get paid more. It's like any other sport with increasing salaries, with increasing markets in terms of esports. I think it's more than fair for the players to get paid more. And if they get paid more, I get paid more, which is good as well.
Hell yeah, that's my coach right there. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's there.
My KDA affects my mood.
Oh, I want to see this one.
Yeah, I kind of want to see where the players go.
Why are you looking at me, bro?
I'm looking at you guys. I want to see who's telling the truth, because I know.
This was a thing in the past, not anymore.
So guys, all I'm gonna say, as long as we are winning, I don't give a fuck.
Probably in the past I would go hardly green, but it's not the case anymore because like I realized that it's a team game. I'm not playing alone, so.
For me, I rather have my teammates being the top stars than me, and I have no problem with sacrificing my own gameplay for the benefit and the sake of my teammates, basically. Then.
See, I view it as like if you have a good pistol, your mood's going to be better and you can be like feeling it and just kind of like in the zone, so it should affect your mood.
I think it is important. You know, I'm playing Reyna on maps, so if my team puts me on Reyna and I don't do well, then I'm going to be sad because they're expecting me to play good. So.
Trash talking is good for the game.
What did you say? Trash talking.
You agree that it's good for the game?
Of course.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
It's like in every sport, you have people trash talking and building the storylines, you know? It's pure entertainment.
I don't think there's enough trash talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in Valorant, I feel like it's a kids game and people are scared to be saying things that they should be saying, you know? And everyone is like so focused on the social media picture, so they don't say basically anything, you know?
Yeah, people take things pretty personally, but a lot of times it's just to like get in the mind of the other person and just mess with their head. After the game's done, it's pretty chill. Like no one takes it personally, it's just part of it.
As long as it stays in the game and no one takes it personal, it's completely fine.
Who do you think is the best at trash talking?
It's got to be this. I must be this guy.
Yeah, it's gotta be me.
Yeah, just make a picture of this though, and then post it somewhere. The best trash talkers here. I don't think it's good. It's funny. It's a drama always. I'm never interested in all of that things. That's why I would even go there, but I don't care.
That's my captain.
Being a Valorant pro is easier than a 9 to 5.
What is 9 to 5?
Like just like a regular job, like an office job or something, or like a retail job.
Actually, no.
I think it's definitely easier. I think a 9 to 5 job is much more harder. Depends on the job also, because you can be a garbage man, you can be an office man, you know. Playing games and getting paid big bucks for it is easier than waking up every day to go to a 9 to 5, which is basically the same thing over and over again, and you're doing the same thing.
I've had a lot of 9 to 5 jobs in my life. And since I started working Valorant, it never felt like a job anymore. Definitely 100% a 9 to 5 is much harder. You're just in the same routine every day doing something you don't love.
9 to 5 jobs, especially if you're working like retail, people are just dickheads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
That's true.
I think it's all about enjoying the job. We all of us is living our dream job, and that's why it feels easier. I'm pretty sure if you enjoy doing like being in the office, you can enjoy doing that, and it's not going to be hard. I mean, we're only watching that from perspective because we are living our dream job. I'm pretty sure there is people who would enjoy, how is that called, 9 to 5? I think it's the same.
Everyone should use the Team Liquid Classic.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Liquid Classic, shooting hella straight.
Valorant is dying.
I think everyone that thinks that is like looking maybe at like the Western numbers, but all you have to do is just look at all the like Asian and Pacific kind of numbers, and they're just going crazy. Like if you just look at China and how big that game has grown.
And it's only gonna get bigger. Maybe not in Western countries, might become a trending game in Western countries, but as Ligi said, just look at Asian countries and how Valorant is popping. That is actually insane. And they're basically carrying the numbers.
Like Patty said and Sigi, statistically, the game is improving. The statistics are going higher and higher every day. And when it comes to like esports environment, I feel like the tier 2 is struggling right now. I hope it's the subject to fix for the next years. It is what it is right now.
I would say that the game isn't dying per se, but it's definitely very stale. I think that there's not very good updates in terms of like the game being fun, like no custom servers, none of this. And I think that, yes, statistically the game is getting better, but tier 2 isn't managed well. The game state and how managing everything, I would say, is boring. I would say, like there's not much content, there's not much new things to be looking forward to. There's not much content that's able to be produced for the game nowadays because everything's already been done. And yeah.
The Outlaw needs to be nerfed.
It's a broken gun, let's be honest. Come on, it's a broken gun from day one.
That's crazy coming from both of you. Nerf it to the ground. It was
We're using that, no, we're not nerfing that.
It was a mistake by Riot to add this gun and to make it so overpowered, in my opinion. Like, it completely destroys the gameplay, you know?
I think the game has a problem with snowballing at the moment. I feel like pistol rounds are incredible. And so if you take away the access of having like low buys or like light armor at all, then you reduce the chance of like ecos, and then people just snowball because there's double economy in the game. It needs enough.
Before the Outlaw, the off-shield meta was very defined. I think nowadays, yeah, it's much easier to art snowball in terms of economy, because economy management is harder because of Outlaw. But I don't think it's the gun itself that's broken.
Sure about
it? Maybe it's the gun, wait. I don't know. I started talking without knowing where I was going, so maybe it's the gun. Let's go. It's fine.
I think that adds the spice into the game. People need to think now. Before it was easy, you buy first ammo always. Now there is Phantom who shoots 140, now there is Outlaw. Now you need to think in the middle of the game. What do you need to buy, how to manage economy? You cannot just buy whatever you want now and you will be always fine with economy. I think it is a broken gun, I'm not gonna say, but people need to think way more now, instead of just always having the same meta, buying light armor, and that's it.
He just says it because he abuses it.
Yeah, he's in the top 3 of people that use it.
I'm not gonna go against that point, I am, yeah.
He gets the most kills by Outlaw, so obviously he's gonna be fine.
Operator way more, actually.
You don't need good aim to be a Valorant pro.
I mean, look at FNS.
Whoa.
Damn, straight up like Ziggy's?
I mean, I think you can always be good with util. I think it also depends on like your definition of good aim. I think the people over there would be good aim is like 0.001% or something, whereas like I would say good aim is like top 2% or something.
I think to have a team to be winning internationals, you need to have 5 players that are really good aimers and really good at utility. So I mean, it's hard to define good aim in Valorant because there's a lot of things to go by it, you know? Yeah, to win events, you need to have good aim.
I'm changing. So
Yeah, bro, I'm changing as well, bro. Everyone is shooting hard nowadays.
And
I'm not changing.
That's the thing that
I'm
Kamo just
changing.
said. Everyone is shooting hard in Valorant because it's not that hard. Like compared to CS, the mechanical skill, like the time you need to take to master the mechanical skill in CS, it's much longer than in Valorant, you know?
Let's remember we play shooter first of all.
Yeah, we need to kill people.
Yeah, you play shooter, after that you throw abilities.
I mean, not people, agents, sorry.
The GOAT of Valorant hasn't been discovered yet.
We are in close discussion about Aspas, but I don't think he reached that goal yet. I would say Aspas is the goal, but I don't think he's there yet.
I mean, there is a lot of people aiming for that title, like Derke, Aspas. I would call Forsaken even, you know, like being to every international event. I don't think there was like a person that was insanely consistent across the board. I don't think there is like a GOAT of Valorant yet, to be fair.
I would put Leo in the equation as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe. But it's hard to be a GOAT in Valorant because the game is so random at times. It changes all the time. It's so inconsistent at times.
And even if like you have someone that is as good as Aspas, like he could change team or he could lose a couple of games where they just lose all the pistol rounds. I think the meta changes so much that it's like GOAT for this certain meta is this person, then it changed a little bit, and then it changed a little bit.
Skins are good value for money.
Skins are good value.
I come from CS where you can get the money back by selling on third-party website. When you can't get the money back, it's like the direct comparison is not good. You just lost the money.
I think we are coming into a recycling theme, Riot, where we're recycling all the time the bundles, just changing the colors and changing the variations. The first Dragon bundle, when the Valorant came out at the beginning, that was a banger bundle, you know? I think you're getting your money worth at the time when you're buying the bundle. But now it just feels like it's repetitive and it's just recycling.
And it's more and more expensive, that's the worst. Like the same lines of skins are just more expensive and you're paying right now the amount of money that, I don't know, 2 years ago you would buy 2 good bundles for it. Maybe not 2, but like, you know, 1.5 or something. The prices are just going high. It just doesn't make sense.
I think I would agree with Patty on this one. Every bundle that's coming out is pretty much the same animation, same everything. It's just a different scheme, different theme. And it's so expensive.
Yeah, Prison Phantom though. And one knife. Yeah.
And so
I don't know what you guys talking about. You guys saying that and you're still buying every single bundle though.
Oh hell no. I'm not spending money on that game.
So keep that in mind. They say that every single bundle.
Valorant needs community maps.
Valorant needs what?
Community maps like in CS.
Zombie.
Zombie mode, exactly.
Warcraft servers. Yo.
I mean, coming from CS, community maps were the really big thing, like KZ maps, surf maps, aim maps, especially aim maps. It would raise the skill ceiling if we had something like that in Valorant, where we could like go for 2v2 or 1v1 on aim map, or something to train your movement, but you can't really do that in Valorant because movement is the same, right?
I mean, obviously there's a lot of benefits in community maps. Me personally, I don't really care. Even coming from CS, I never really paid too much attention to that. I prefer the competitive aspect of the games, but I can see everyone's point of view. I think it could be very beneficial for Valorant for sure.
Plus, I do think the map makers of Valorant could learn a lot if community people made the maps.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Yeah, you coming over?
Maybe I'm moving.
That's a really good point.
You're too old to play Valorant professionally after you're 30.
You are too old to play or...
No one here is over 30, so we don't know, guys.
I think there's a stigma with players, especially in Valorant, thinking that you cannot go past certain age because you're too old to play the games. I think Angel is the best example of that, even though he's 35 or 34. He still upholds certain standards, not maybe all of them, but you know, he's still showing the people and the kids that play this game that even though you are 35, you can still play the game at a really high level.
I think Valorant's a thinking game as well a lot of the time. And if you have shit aim, there's literally like the Judge and Odin and shit like that in the game. Like you're going to be fine. Yeah, I feel like Valorant is the best game for that. But you probably won't be on duelist, you'll be like IGL. You're like roles limited.
I would say Definitely not a player. I would say as an IGL or something to do with this because, sorry,
An IGL
I don't think you have hope anymore. But like definitely if you're a player, you're expected to shoot. As an IGL, you're expected to think a little bit more. So I would say the only role you could play is IGL. Definitely not a player.
Like when I was 30, I was still trying to be a player. I couldn't. I wasn't there. But I definitely think, especially in VALORANT, there's room for people my age, even older, to be in the game as an IGL or a supporting role. Because again, like Swiggy said, you have the Judge, you have the Odin, it's fine.
That's good that you have a hope though.
Flex are a good addition to the game.
Yo, guys, come on.
What do you mean? The
Yes.
ringy. Bro, nah, this is TikTok generation.
It's just a money thing, right? I think in my eyes it's just a money thing. That's all there is to it. It doesn't add anything to the game.
I'm just gonna say I agree because it added some cool history in our team.
Yeah. Funny things happened with the dingy ringy.
That's the only reason why I agree.
Yeah, same.
I mean, you can create some funny moments with it, right? But I think only with the phone. I think like the snowflake and the viper thing that goes around your head. I mean, it's just pure money thing.
EMEA is the strongest VCT region.
My God, it's
Of course, the coaches think otherwise.
My God, Sentinel's fun.
Yeah, of course he goes here. And hey,
Daniel, go move to the right, please, one more time.
No. This is
Daniel,
enough.
go more.
This is enough.
every region is strong in their own way.
I mean, that's true.
Exactly. That's why we're staying in the neutral section.
I am optimistic about the future of VALORANT.
I think Riot's like proven that they have a good mindset in terms of like masters being in different regions. You can tell with how they've approached like the beginning first 4 years that they kind of want it to be around for a long time. And although we disagree with like some stuff, they're actually pretty open to listening when it comes to big stuff.
I think they proved with League that when Riot makes a game, that the longevity of the game is kind of proven by League. I'm looking forward to what they're gonna do in VALORANT. You know, I think it's on a good path. So let's see.
Hasi, you changed my mind actually. Don't worry.
You guys all go that way?